Garnacho, is he almost a victim of Amorim's style and his formation? Because where does he actually fit in? He's a winger, but Amorim's playing with 2 number 10s and wing backs. Does he fit into either of those? Maybe not, but Amorim has actually said he's learning and he will continue to learn in that position. So almost alluding to maybe a longer-term future at United for Garnacho, unless that big offer does come in, what United have to consider.
We also know Amorim, you can tell by the frustration the other day after their defeat to Brighton. He's desperate to get players in for his style. So there might have to be a player where maybe slight reluctance that someone has to move on to get the players he wants in. Because how many windows will it take for Amorim to change it? 3, 4?
Yeah, well, he may or may not go. Looks like Antony is on his way out, Dharmesh. What's the latest on this?
Yeah, this one looks really, really close now. We were reporting earlier on in the week that it was really close to happening with Real Betis. Well, now Antony has been given permission to travel to Seville to take a medical with Real Betis. The deal itself is a straight loan, and we've been given a little bit of information of how this deal is made up. And Real Betis will actually pay at least 84% of Antony's wages plus bonuses. Now, when I say plus bonuses, this deal could eventually mean, with this loan, that Real Betis will actually pay more than Antony's wages, and Manchester United could actually make a profit on what they would have actually had to have paid Antony in wages until the end of the season. That's because it depends on team performances and individual performances, rather like they did when they allowed Jadon Sancho to go on loan to Borussia Dortmund.
Is it unusual to make a profit like that, though? I mean, that's good business by United.
I mean, I've only started hearing of this of late when I was told about this Sancho deal, because sometimes clubs, when they do a loan, people think, right, if he's on such high wages, what is the benefit of a club having to pay a substantial portion of someone's wages to get him to play somewhere else?
Yeah.
There is that one obvious benefit. If he plays well, then the market value goes up in the summer. But on this case, they can actually make more money during the loan. So say, for example, Manchester United's percentage, which we know now is 16%, that's what they'll pay, depending on appearances, goal involvements, goals, assists, and how far Real Betis and how well they do, maybe that percentage will go down, even to the point where it will go into negative, which would mean Real Betis would actually have to pay more.
He has to go, doesn't he, Michael?
I think file this one under best for all parties. You need a fresh start. You know, Dharmesh has talked about the finances, but wow, I mean, let's not forget the fee the old Manchester United regime paid for him, but time to move on.
Yeah, indeed.
Watkins and Šeško on Man United radar. Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins and RB Leipzig's Benjamin Šeško are at the top of Manchester United's list of strikers if they decide to bring in further reinforcements during the current transfer window. There is an acceptance among United's hierarchy that they need to start offloading some of their unwanted players, which might not happen until nearer the 1st of September deadline, in order to fund a new arrival. Neither player would be straightforward to bring to Old Trafford. Newcastle, who have missed out on a number of key targets this summer and also have uncertainty over their own star forward Alexander Isak, are known to be keen on Slovenian Šeško. The 22-year-old scored 13 goals in 33 Bundesliga appearances last season. Villa have made it known they are not interested in selling England international Watkins. However, United feel that stance might change nearer to the deadline, although they believe a suggested £60 million price tag would be far too high for 29-year-old Watkins, whose contract at Villa Park runs to 2028. Amorim praised the Dane for his performance in Saturday's 2-1 win over West Ham at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and the £72 million man did well to use his pace and power to create an opportunity for himself which struck the outside of a post. However, he has yet to score in 2 pre-season appearances, and one missed first-half chance in particular drew a frustrated reaction from his boss. United have so far signed 3 players this summer, spending almost £130 million on attacking duo Mateus Cunha and Brian Bumo, who could also play as a central striker but are thought more likely to occupy Amorim's preferred 2 number 10 slots and teenage defender Diego Leon. Amorim spoke on Friday about his current preference to sign players with knowledge of the Premier League. Rashford joined Barcelona last week, while United's other unwanted players Alejandro Garnacho, Antony, Jadon Sancho and Tyrell Malaysia were left out of the team's tour of the US. Last week, Amorim said the club would not sell the players on the cheap and would welcome them back into the fold if necessary. While Hojlund scored just 4 goals in 32 Premier League games last season and has yet to find the net this pre-season, both Šeško and Watkins posted much healthier 2024-25 figures. Šeško scored 13 in 33 top-flight appearances for RB Leipzig and Watkins hit 16 in 38 for Aston Villa. When Hojlund signed for United in the summer of 2023, then-manager Erik ten Hag described him as a real frontman, but both Watkins and Šeško offer more all-round attributes. Watkins has an excellent assist record, while there is more to 6 feet 5 inches Šeško than just a classic number 9. He is also fast, comfortable receiving the ball to feet with his back to goal or hanging on the shoulder of the last defender and racing onto a through ball, and he can score goals of all types from all sorts of distances. He has outperformed Watkins and Hojlund on several key metrics so far in his elite-level career. If Amorim is looking for a player who provides a focal point and can compete in aerial duels, Šeško is also probably a better fit than Watkins, who is 6 inches shorter than the Slovenian, and whose game is more about movement and runs into space. Leipzig are believed to have put an £87 million price tag on 22-year-old Šeško, with Newcastle also interested in the forward.